As you could see by now, the toy addiction was getting out of control.
I would call it quite an addiction, actually. I remember we used to set out guidelines before we would enter a store. I remember Todd, he would always have like one better than me or one more than I would have. I would say to him, listen man, you already have a long saber Obi-Wan. I need a long saber Obi-Wan, so you better not be grabbing it up and getting doubles and triples, alright?
In 1998, I visited my friend Mike Good, who was now living in Arizona, and we both took a road trip to visit Tatooine, Buttercup Valley, California. Star Wars fever was now in high gear, and finally the movie everyone had been waiting for 16 years, Episode 1. The new movie was coming out May 19th, and new toys were coming out. My friend Ben Belknap and I were there at the midnight release of all these toys. This is where I met Toledo Blade writer Chris Borelli. I think Chris likes making fun of me for building an R2-D2. But this began my goal to be in the paper or TV for the last two movies.
So we get up in line and they finally ring it up. There's 2 huge bags of figures, like whatever Toys R Us biggest bag is. And the total comes up to like $400. And he turns to me and he said, hey, you're probably going to regret this tomorrow. And I said, I'm probably going to regret this on the way home. And that's how he ended his article about the Star Wars toy mania.
Fans could hardly contain themselves after landing tickets to Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
I've been looking forward to this for, a couple weeks.
Some people paid an extra price of admission.
I've been here since 12 o'clock in the morning. This is the coolest thing!
The Force led hundreds of Star Wars fans.
It's just a piece of history.
To showcase cinemas in Maumee and Toledo.
It's just awesome. It's just awesome to be here. Just to come and be the first ones to get the Star Wars tickets. It's awesome.
Devoted fans and character types camped out all day to get that chance.
I've been waiting 16 years for this, so, 8 hours is nothing.
I took the day off work today, and I'm taking the day off work next week.
Which will most likely lead to more long lines for a chance to get the best seats to see another piece of history.
Critics and fans bashed the film, basically because of the character Jar Jar, but I still enjoyed it.
So, here we are, 2 Jedi warriors on a dangerous and noble quest to... Oh, crap, here comes Jar Jar.
Misa helpy Obi-Wobi with Sandy Poo.
What?
Misa say fufu mookie in the fingerberry. Misa step in poo-poo. Uh-oh, Misa go poo-poo in my pee-pee.
Time for your nap, Jar Jar. Now then.
And I eagerly awaited for Episode 2.
You killed my father! No, Luke. I am your father. That's not true! That's impossible! And Princess Leia is your sister. That's not true! That's improbable! And the Empire will be defeated by Ewoks. That's very unlikely. And as a child, I built C-3PO.
Huh? A new type of Star Wars convention was being hyped along with the new Star Wars movie. I thought I should try it one last time. This one was going to be huge. My friends Dan Korsanowski and Jeff Easterwood went with me. It was ridiculously crowded. If I didn't meet my Toledo Blade friend Chris Borelli there, we would have never got to see anything.
Star Wars fans from around the world are gathering in Indianapolis, Indiana. Our Keith Oppenheim joins us live from the Star Wars convention. Keith, good morning. Why Indy?
Well, you know, it's just conveniently located. This is a convention center that's big, and lots of people can get to this place. And they're going to have a good 22,000 or more fans saying things like, "May the Force be with you." They come from all over the globe, really, and there's really a lot of things for them to do. Of course, you can expect that there are lots of things to see and buy. Vendors sell toys, costumes, books, gadgets. But this event's really filled with other events and exhibitions as well. There's a concert with the Philharmonic Orchestra of Indianapolis. There's a fan film competition. And as you might expect, very popular autograph signings with cast members. So there's definitely variety.
I'm recording. Hi, recording, Todd. How are you doing? Why are you so close? We didn't get York to cool. It sucks. York to cool doesn't suck. I got to see Rick. He was awesome.
There were just a ridiculous amount of people there. We had to wait in line for everything. All Todd wanted was this George Lucas figure, but he couldn't get one because they sold out in minutes. But I got one.
Once again, I got in the paper. Attack of the Clones came out May 17th, and we were there for the first midnight showing.
Well, the countdown is on, only a couple hours before these doors open up and the movie starts. But there's no doubt about it, while all these people are lined up to see Episode 2, part of the experience is being out here before the tickets go on sale.
Who did Luke tell? I told you I'd make it someday.
Oh, I know this.
How's he that?
It's Big Darth Vader.
Who's the best character?
Yoda. And then me.
Even after years of anticipation for the movie, some have managed to avoid all the hype.
I purposely didn't want to know, so I would just walk into the theater and just watch it.
We didn't need to show these two the trailer.
Yeah, we downloaded a rough copy of the script. It was I think a rough draft, but it was the whole script.
Yes, it's premiere night here for Attack of the Clones, but outside the Ziegfeld Theater is the real show, Return of the Dorks. Thousands of 35-year-old men waiting days, even months, for just a taste of George Lucas's table scraps.
This would be my chest box that helps me to breathe.
So this is to help you breathe, yes?
Yes.
And which of these which of these buttons calls your parents to pick you up?
Critics and fans enjoyed this one a lot more, but now there was only going to be one more film left, the final one, Episode 3.
When Revenge of the Sith came out and all the new figures came out, me, Daddy, and Allison all went to all different stores like Target and Toys R Us.
We ran through Toys R Us looking for all the Star Wars figures while we were doing all the work, while Daddy was just talking on the phone to Mike Good. No thrill.
And we were there for the midnight showing of Revenge of the Sith. 2 TV channels featured us waiting in line.
We do have that right. All these folks.
And my brother decided to give the TV viewing audience a show.
Tells me that we opened up these doors in just about an hour or so. Believe it or not, this line.
They are ready for the last. Are fighting for their attention. They've added actually another show to the list.
Yeah, waiting in line for Episode 3 was really fun. The lines were really long and there was a really big crowd of people. And we did stand in the same spot for hours and hours and hours so that we could see the movie after midnight that we paid about $10 for. But I got to be with Todd, so it was really nice.
Episode 3 completed the story we've all enjoyed for the last 28 years. I could probably speak for most Star Wars fans when I say I'm glad we can see the complete story now, but a bit sad to know the whole Star Wars experience on the big screen has finally come to an end.
Perhaps it will never end.
Okay, Jonathan, I know you can't probably hear me, but what is your favorite character?